Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to a report by Taiwan's Liberty Times, despite Israel and Lebanon recently issuing a joint statement announcing a ceasefire agreement, Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz stated on June 4 that Israel will continue its ground military operations in southern Lebanon. Katz clarified that Israeli forces will remain stationed in the southern security zone, including the area near the 900-year-old Beaufort Castle, which was captured in late May. Consequently, displaced Lebanese residents will not be permitted to return to their homes. Katz emphasized that Israel's military will continue to dismantle terrorist infrastructure and, with U.S. support, maintains freedom of action in Beirut to respond to any attacks. Meanwhile, the ceasefire has faced internal political backlash within Israel. National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir strongly criticized the agreement, labeling the ceasefire a serious mistake and warning that the government is making a wrong decision based on unrealistic illusions, as he believes the requirement for Hezbollah to withdraw south of the Litani River is unenforceable. According to NHK, Elon Musk's rocket and satellite communications firm, SpaceX, is preparing for a historic initial public offering, IPO, to raise $75 billion. This plan, which was disclosed in a filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on Wednesday, could launch as early as next week. If successful, it will become the largest IPO in history, overtaking the previous record set by Saudi Aramco in 2019. SpaceX intends to offer approximately 555.5 million shares, priced at $135 per share. This pricing would value the company at around $1.77 trillion. The firm reportedly plans to utilize the capital raised from the listing to fund artificial intelligence development and support its ongoing rocket launch programs. Reports from local media suggest that SpaceX will begin investor presentations on Thursday, with a tentative NASDAQ market debut targeted for as early as June 12. According to a report by the Liberty Times, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced during a House of Representatives hearing on June 3 that the United States plans to hold a Quad, U.S., Japan, Australia, India leaders summit later this year. The multilateral alliance has been inactive since the Biden administration held its sixth summit in September 2024. Following Donald Trump's return to the presidency, allies worried that his preference for bilateral transactional diplomacy might weaken multilateral frameworks like the Quad. Concerns grew further after the Trump-Xi summit in May, as Japan, Australia, and India feared the U.S. might decrease its Indo-Pacific engagement to pursue stable ties with Beijing. Therefore, the Quad foreign ministers' meeting in late May and Rubio's announcement of a summit are viewed as crucial signals reassuring allies that the U.S. has not abandoned the Indo-Pacific. If held, this summit will mark the first time Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi, U.S. President Donald Trump, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese meet together as Quad leaders, highlighting their joint commitment to countering China's assertiveness in the region. According to a report by Thai Sounds, the British Embassy in China posted a silent commemorative video on the Chinese social media platform Weibo to mark the 37th anniversary of the 1989 Tiananmen Square incident on June 4, 2026. Despite containing no text, the video displayed the iconic tank man and ambulance imagery and was immediately deleted by Chinese censors. Users attempting to access the post were met with an error message stating the post did not exist. The embassy subsequently uploaded the video to X, formerly Twitter, drawing messages of appreciation from some Chinese internet users. Thai Sounds notes that commemorating the Tiananmen Square massacre is a long-standing tradition of the UK Foreign Office. However, this move comes at a sensitive diplomatic juncture, as UK Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper had just concluded a 3-day visit to China on June 3rd, and PM Keir Starmer visited earlier this year to ease bilateral tensions. Additionally, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio released a statement honoring the peaceful demonstrators and asserting that Chinese censorship cannot erase history. According to a report by the Epoch Times, German law enforcement authorities recently launched a coordinated raid across 5 federal states, arresting a Chinese-origin couple, Cheyu C. and Hua S. on charges of espionage for the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. Based in Munich, the couple allegedly used a cultural and technology exchange association as a front to establish connections with German academics. They are accused of targeting dual-use technologies in aerospace, information technology, and artificial intelligence. One of the key targets was RWTH Aachen University, where a professor researching high-tech drones was reportedly drawn into sharing knowledge. German security agencies have repeatedly warned that these operations are part of Beijing's systematic strategy to bridge its technological gap in advanced semiconductors and satellite tech. Critics in Germany, including Green Party researchers, have accused the federal government of failing to effectively respond to the threat, pointing to a lack of data on Sino-German research cooperation and delays in establishing a national research security platform to protect sensitive Western technologies. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.